Hey guys, welcome back. In my recent holiday gift guide video, I introduced you all to a whole bunch of sets that are currently available at Sephora and in stores right now. And I asked what was the item that you were the most interested in finding out more about. And hands down, practically everyone said the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick set. Now, this is a mini liquid lipstick set. It comes with 8 shades in total. 6 of them are permanent shades, so you can get your hands on them, but there are 2 exclusive shades to this set, so if you really like them, you're gonna have to pick up this kit. I have worn some of the shades in my day-to-day life in the last few weeks since I've received this kit, but some of these shades are entirely new to me, so you'll be seeing me applying them for the first time. So this will be a lip swatch video, and I'll talk a little bit about the formula and how the colors wear on me. And without any further ado, let's get into the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick Set swatches. Alright, we're gonna start this video off with a bang. The first color is Lovesick, and I have found myself deeply in love with this shade. Lovesick is described as a mauve nude, and I think that fits it perfectly. There are shades of mauve and sort of a little bit of purple mixed in with a pinky nude base. I have found that this works so freaking well with bright eyeshadow looks. I actually wore this to the Urban Decay Square One launch party just this past Friday, and I was so happy with how well it looked with my bright, vibrant blue eyeshadow look. The formula is fairly opaque, which is fantastic for such a pale shade, and it's very easy to wear. Next up, we have the shade Mother, and this is one of those shades that if you've been anywhere on YouTube, and I feel like the last year, you've heard about this shade. This is loved by everyone, and it's not hard to see why. Mother is a dusty mauve pink. On me, I feel like it leans more pink than it does mauve. I do see more tones of pink than I would purple. Again, this is one of those shades that I feel like you can pair with just about anything and it's going to work. This is great for people who just need like a pinky toned lip, who just need to wear it throughout the day and not worry about it. This will match any neutral eye look, and I would guess and say it's going to match just about any bright eyeshadow look too. Maybe not something that's more in like the red warm tones, but definitely every other shade. This one has also applied seamlessly, just like Lovesick. It is flawless. There are no gaps, no patchiness whatsoever. The next shade is Santa Sangre. I think that's how that's pronounced. I don't speak Spanish. I wanted to call it Santa Sangria, but I really think that's not the name. This is a beautiful red. They describe it as a poison apple color. I felt like this one went on, not patchy, not at all, not in the least, but I felt like it required a bit more dipping into the tube to get more product onto the wand to apply it. That being said, this one went on flawlessly as well, and frankly, if you're looking for like a holiday red shade, this would work out very well. In looking at the consistency of it, I have a mirror right in front of me, it's very flawless, honestly. These are so nice to apply. I feel like I'm not dealing with any patchiness. It's just a really good product. Next up, we have Plath, which is an exclusive shade to this set, so you won't find it anywhere else. They describe it as a deep russet red, and I agree with that. That's pretty much exactly what it is. There's definitely some russetness, if that's even a word, terracotta-ness. It is a deep red with a rusty tint to it. There's something about this shade that's very interesting to me. I feel like whenever I wear it, and I have worn it a few times now because I found it really beautiful, but when I wear it, it has this tendency to make my lips look bigger than they are. I don't know if I'm just accidentally overdrawing when I'm doing them with this shade, but every time I'm like, oh, my lips look bigger than they normally do. This is one of the shades I have worn the most often because it's seasonally appropriate and yet with a like twinge of something different. It's not just your standard bright red, dark red. There is a tonal difference in it that I think really makes it special. The next shade we have is Backstage Bambi, and they classify this as a vivid hot pink. Backstage Bambi is the first shade where I have noticed some patchiness. There are brighter areas and there are darker areas. It does seem to be brighter around the edges of my lip and then a little bit darker sort of in the middle area. It's not anything that you could not cover up with like a lip liner or something like that. It's just something to be aware of. Backstage Bambi, however, is a cult favorite, and this one has been around for a very long time, and with good reason. That is an intense, vivid color that is very, very pretty. It's on the edge of what I am comfortable wearing in terms of pinks. I am not much of a pink person, but if you give it some electric / neon flair, I am definitely more inclined towards it. Next up is the shade Love, spelled L-U-V, and this is called a rich violet color. Now, this shade's a little bit funny to me. The first time that I wore it, this is my second time wearing it, the first time I wore it to work, and I felt like it looked a little bit patchy. However, looking at it now in the mirror, bright lighting, I don't see any patches, so I wonder if perhaps it's gotten shaken around a little bit. You know, I tapped it against my hand before I applied it. Maybe that makes the pigments a little bit better, so that's just something to keep in mind with any of these liquid lipsticks. Maybe they just need a little bit of rustling up inside the tube. Anyway, in looking at it now, it's flawless. Like, this is bright, vibrant, and gorgeous. There are no darker patches anywhere on my mouth as far as I can see. Seriously, this is a really, really stunning shade. All right, next up is the shade Roxy, and this shade is completely exclusive to this set, just like Plath was. And this one is a bright grape shade. Out of all the ones I've tried so far, this one was definitely the most finicky to work with. The texture is definitely more watery than the rest of them. As I've said before in makeup though, purple is one of the hardest colors to get pigmentation in. I don't know why, I've just heard plenty of makeup people who actually produce the products over the years say that, so we're just gonna go with that. That being said, this is 2 layers and it looks better than just 1 layer. There is a little bit of patchiness, but it's not too obvious in my opinion. I think that you could solve that with a lip liner, and if you really love the shade, you're pretty much gonna do anything to make it work. This is definitely the most electric purple shade I have in my collection that is this opaque and in such a matte formula. It is stunning. I am really happy to have this bright of a purple color because I mean, I don't own anything like it, so that is really exciting to me. And a note on layering liquid lipsticks. With this particular formula, and I think pretty much with every liquid lipstick formula, I don't let the first coat dry before I apply the second one. I apply 1 layer all over my lips, go and fine tune it, make sure I got the lines in line, and then before it sets and dries, I go back over it with another layer, and it seems to really layer nicely as opposed to letting it dry and then reapplying, and it kind of gets a little bit patchy and perhaps flakes off. Anyway, that's how I've had the best experience with layering liquid lipsticks. And lastly, we have the darkest shade in the entire pack, and this is Echo, which is a satin navy blue. This was another 2-coater. It is a bit of a blurple shade, so it does have that purple pigment in it, which again, does have some patchiness as it seems to just be in the makeup world. Gorgeous shade though. I mean, I feel like I've said that about every single shade in this package, but they have been so varied that it's been really nice to just try them all on and see how different they look on me. Dark navy blue lips are not for everyone, but it is nice to have something in a little small package as a sample size. You can at least try it out and maybe get a little bit more comfortable wearing it and seeing yourself wear that kind of shade. I think it's great. Honestly, I kind of want to challenge myself to wear this shade to work. I've worn black lips before and like gray, but never sort of like this deep navy blue kind of thing. All right, so that is it for my try on of the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick Mini Set. I am afraid that this is sold out on Sephora stores online as far as I can see. However, they always have more stock in stores because I feel like people just buy more online. So definitely check your local Sephora if you're looking for this pack. Let me know what your favorite shade in this package was. I'm a little bit torn personally. I hadn't tried Echo on before and now I keep staring at myself in the viewfinder and I'm like, I really like this shade. Ones that I definitely know I love because I've worn them multiple times since I've received the set would have to be Lovesick. Stunning, stunning color for bright eyeshadows, like to pair with. And then Plath has really surprised me. I've never worn a shade like this. And like I said, when I was applying it, it does make my lips look bigger. And I don't know what aspect of this shade does that for my lips, but it does do it. All in all, I found the shades applied very easily. I honestly find it easier to apply them with the mini tube as opposed to the full-size one because then the wand is longer and I feel like I have less control. So honestly, for me, this mini pack is perfect. I love the variety of shades in this package and I think they've given me the opportunity to try shades that I would normally wear and then try something completely different. I do find that the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipsticks are long wearing. I get a very minute amount of fading around the inner rim of my mouth. However, I don't get any lip line bleed out, which I am exceptionally prone to, which frustrates me to no end, but a liquid lipstick does hold in place for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!